I have a super good topic for you guys today, and one that I often get messages on. So, today I want to talk about why your oils might not be working, okay? So, there's a couple of reasons why you might not be finding relief from your oils, whatever oils they may be, and I want to talk about that for a minute. So, first and foremost, the number one reason why your oils might not be working for you is that quality makes a really big difference. So, quality and purity are not necessarily the same thing. You can have a completely pure oil, and by pure, I mean doesn't have any adulterants or fillers, it's not diluted, it doesn't have any toxins in it that aren't supposed to be there. So you can have a completely pure oil, but it may not have any or very little therapeutic properties. So there's a few things that I look for in oils, and this is why I choose doTERRA. First, the big one is quality. And so quality oils are typically grown in their native environment. If I grew a lavender plant out in my backyard or, wherever it's not growing on its own, it's going to have a pretty different chemical composition than, say, lavender grown near the Swiss Alps. You cannot make up for altitude and soil quality and water quality and all of those things. You just cannot. So doTERRA sources its plants from all around the world, which yields a really significant chemical composition that's very therapeutic. And when they go and look at a plant, they make sure that it has the chemical constituents that it should so that it's going to have that therapeutic effect on your body. And that's huge because if you're using an oil that doesn't have therapeutic qualities, and a majority of them on the market have little to none, especially ones that are just mostly fragrance, you're not going to get any benefit on the cellular level. For instance, if you put a pure oil on your skin versus an adulterated one, the adulterated one actually won't penetrate your cells in the same way. Your cells actually know the difference and keep it out. So that is the number one reason I would say why people say, I've tried oils and they didn't do anything for me. I was one of those people that said that. I actually didn't want to hear about oils because everything that I had used did nothing for me, and I actually really didn't like the smells. They gave me headaches. They smelled like alcohol to me. They just didn't smell right until I found doTERRA, and I knew it was different. So sourcing makes a big difference. And then quality, like I mentioned, you don't want an oil that has a bunch of crap in it or toxins or things like that because, like I said, your body will know and it will not work. And majority, if not all, companies out there selling oils are selling you adulterated oils, and test after test after test done by independent labs show that. Now, doTERRA never ever sells an oil that has anything other than oil in it. So you can actually see that from source2u.com. They are extremely transparent with all of their testing methods. They send them to a third party and test in-house. It's a pretty extensive process. So number one is quality, and that's going to be the biggest reasons why your oil may not be working for you. Now, let's say you're using a quality oil. Let's say you're using a doTERRA oil, because I honestly can't say that other oils are quality. Some might have a little bit, but nobody's doing what doTERRA is doing. Nobody is sourcing the way doTERRA is doing it. doTERRA sources oils in the most expensive way because they know that it yields the most therapeutic benefit and it helps the most people across the world. So quality, number one. Number two, why your oils may not be working. Consistency. Oils are not like synthetic pills, okay? A lot of times, this is what we're used to, right? You go to a doctor or you buy something over the counter, you take a pill, it lasts for 12 hours, and then you take one again. Oils are not the same. Your body knows what they are, they put them to work, and they metabolize extremely quickly in your body. So really, you need to be using consistently. You need to be using daily. I think of it like this. Every single day you give your body food, right? Food is what helps your body operate better. oils also help your body operate better. They go in and they basically hand tools to your body to help it do what it's supposed to do. So if your body is not fighting inflammation like it should, fighting off bacteria like it should, doing all of the things that it should, oils can support it with that. So they really work really well with our body, but only when you give it to it on a consistent basis. So for instance, for immune support, your body needs immune support every day. You never know when you're gonna come into contact with germs or viruses that are going to make you sick. So every single day you need to apply that On Guard, okay? So you have to be really consistent, and then you have to listen to your body. If you start to get sick, you're gonna wanna up that oil usage. You're going to wanna use more oil throughout the day, spread it out. So because oils metabolize so quickly in our body, you use small amounts more often. So you may only use a drop or two, but then you might use it again, a couple hours later. So you really need to listen to what's going on in your body. My rule of thumb is if it is a preventative issue, I use every day. So morning and or night for preventative issues. For more acute issues, like maybe my shoulder hurts or I'm having a lot of anxiety throughout the day, I'm gonna use as I need it. When my shoulder's in pain, I'm gonna apply the oil. And if an hour later it's in pain again, I'm gonna apply the oil again. So you really also have to listen to your body. Also, how are you using your oils? Now, this is not to say that you have to use them internally. And of course, I only use doTERRA oils internally. It is a personal preference for sure. But diffusing an oil next to you is gonna have a different level of benefit than when you apply it on your skin, and conversely, when you take it internally. So if you are looking to use oils for, a really acute issue that you have going on, you're gonna wanna really make sure that you're getting them on, in, and around your body, or at least 2 of the 3. So if you're having a day filled with anxiety, you're gonna wanna turn that diffuser on. You're gonna wanna apply some oils on you. You might wanna put some copaiba under your tongue. You're gonna wanna help support your body in several different ways with several different oils, because that is going to give it the biggest benefit. So you wanna make sure that you are using them in different ways to help support your body in a different way. And I hope that's making sense. But really what I'm trying to say is that we are all different. We all have a different body chemistry, and sometimes what works for me is not even gonna work for you. So that leads me to my last point, in that you need to have some variety and mix it up. So if you find, hey, everybody seems to use Deep Blue for muscle tension and pain, but it doesn't really work for me, use a different oil. There are so many different oils. They are so versatile. You can always try to use one of the other ones that you have in your collection and see what it does. So also layering them and blending them can have a really big effect on whether or not they're working for you. So if one doesn't work, maybe layer it with something else. Frankincense is an excellent oil to layer over other oils to drive them further into the skin and enhance their benefits. So sometimes simply layering frankincense over what you're using can have an entirely different effect. So look at mixing up your oils and what you're using. Look at trying to blend them or layer them and play with them a little bit, because we are all so different and they're going to work differently for everybody. So those are just a few reasons why you may not be getting the benefit that, say, your sister or your friend is getting from oils, or maybe you've tried different oils in the past and they didn't work for you, and this could be why. So I just want to encourage you to, be more consistent, get into a routine, play with them a little bit more, try them in different ways, and use the right kind of oil that is pure and potent, and then see what they can do for you. Now, the last point I want to make is that sometimes oils are not working their best because your body needs supplements. Okay, they are the foundation really for our bodies. So having a really good multivitamin, I personally take doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. It is my #1 product. That foundation is going to help your oils work better, because you're supporting your body, with all of those nutrients that it needs on a daily basis and things like that. So you might want to consider adding a probiotic and a supplement in, and then see what your oils can do. So I hope that helped you and encouraged you a little bit to try things a little bit differently with your oils, or to try a doTERRA oil and see what happens, see what makes a difference for whatever health need that you might have or emotional need that you might have. Because if you play around with them, I promise you will find the combination that works for you to help put you to sleep, to ease some of those anxious feelings you're having, to help get rid of that headache. Anything that you want to approach naturally in your home that you haven't maybe found an answer to, I guarantee it's probably there. It's just one of those things is happening that I just mentioned. So I hope you all have a great day, and I hope that tip helped you. If it did, please share with a friend, send them over to the video so that they can learn too. And if you're ready to get doTERRA oils in your home, shoot me a message, because I have some incredible deals right now that I would love to get you started with.